Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko When They Cry, episode number 6. So last time we saw Butler giving Erica some advantage. Not advantage, I guess, more like weapons for their upcoming battle. But yes, Erica was just pretending and she showed herself to be a rat. And I guess we are going to stage 2 now of the love trials. So let us continue and let's see what happens today. We're with Kraus.
使用人が一番怪しい。
物的証拠があるわけではありませんから、縛ってクローゼットに放り込むわけにもいきません。ですから、銃を持った皆さんの常に目に届くところに置いて、よく見張る必要があります。
兄貴、マスターキーも回収した方がいい。あの密室も使用人たち以外には作れるわけがないんだ。使用人たちしか知らない構造や道具などできっとチェーンロックをどうにかできたに違いない。
皆は長く勤めてくれている者ばかりだ。私には到底彼らが殺人を犯すとは思えんのだが。
金蔵さんの寿命もわずかで、遺産問題で大きく揺れているそうですね。
Kinzo's life is nearly over. It is over.
それに加え、10トンの黄金がどこかに隠されている。なんて話もあるそうじゃないですか。それらの分け前にありつけるなら、人は罪を犯せるかもしれません。
考えたくはないが、クソ親父のおかしなオカルト儀式って可能性もある。片翼の使用人たちは親父の手先で殺人の実行者かもな。親父はどうなんだ？まだ連絡は取れないのか？
内線電話も通じないのだ。犯人に壊されたのかもしれない。それに親父殿は不機嫌になると電話の受話器を外していることがよくある。ノックをしてもその不機嫌な返事があるだけだった。連絡は取れんが、あの書斎はシェルターも同然だ。
Oh yeah, Natsu he's gone now, right? So I guess Kraus is the only one pretending.
むしろ安全だから閉じこもってくれた方がいいだろう。
Plus third, Kraus tried to explain away Kinzo's silence. Butler, the game master, hadn't made Kinzo's death a major theme for this game, so the conversation didn't progress any further at this point. I mean, yeah, it had to be, because last episode, it was pretty much the theme of that whole episode. Kinzo being gone, and of course, the man from 19 years ago, right? So, I mean, it's much better like this, because it's gonna be repetitive if they made it a theme yet again. They stopped talking about Kinzo without Rudolph thinking anything was particularly suspicious. I mean, in a sense like this, let's say, what do you call this? No one knows if Kinzo is alive or dead. Rudolph just lost his wife and his son. Of course, he's not gonna think about Kinzo right now. Sure, it's his dad, but yeah, he lost 2 people already. So Rudolph is not gonna question anything, or he's not gonna be suspicious, I mean, at least for now.
いずれにせよ、使用人たちを野放しにはできねえ。
Like the goal right now is to find out who did this.
それでさっき秀吉兄さんとも相談したんだが、2階に2部屋に分かれて、全員で籠城しようということになったんだ。
なぜ2部屋なのかね。1部屋の方が心強いだろうが。
True, why 2 rooms?
さすがに一部屋に12人もの人間では窒息します。
I mean, I guess way too many people?
そして最も注意すべき人物だけを隔離したいという思惑もあります。使用人の頭である源氏さん、一番体格のいい幸田さん、若輩とはいえカノンさんも男性です。
この3人を特にマークすべきだと思う。そこでこの3人を隔離し、俺と兄貴で監視する。 2丁の銃。俺と兄貴ならとっさの時連携もできる。少しでもおかしな動きを見せたらズドンだ。
わかった。そうしよう。だがルドルフ、彼らが犯人であると決まったわけではない。あまり高圧的にはなるな。
兄貴に高圧的になるなか。そりゃ俺たちも老けるわけだぜ。
今上で秀吉さんに部屋分けをしてもらっています。隔離者たちをいとこ部屋に集め、他はその隣の部屋へ集めます。
そうだ兄貴、ジェシカちゃんなんだが、兄貴と一緒の部屋がいいと言って聞かない？
ジェシカ。
隔離のいとこ部屋が5人、隣の部屋7人の部屋割りでしたからね。
5 and 7. Okay.
ジェシカさんがいとこ部屋を希望するならちょうど半々になります。狼と羊のパズルで言うなら、今は使用人狼が3匹にクラウスさん、ルドルフさんの羊が2匹。ジェシカさんを加えた方が確かにバランスがいいとは思います。
Yeah, why not balance things out in the first place? I mean, why is it 5-7? For a while, Kraus crossed his arms and thought the cousin's room would surely be more dangerous, so he wanted his daughter to go into the next room over. Why? Is it gonna be much more dangerous? However, in an emergency like this, he wanted to have his daughter where he could see her.
一緒にいさせたらどうだ？俺たちが良い父、良い叔父でいるために必要なリミッターの役かもしれねえぜ。
So how many are left? Let's see again. So for the characters, so let's say we need 6 in one room. So let's put Kraus. Let's put the Oshiramiyas first. I mean, we got Jessica, George number 3, Rudolph number 4, and then who else? Where's Hideyoshi? Hideyoshi 5. So we need one of these people, right? Let's say put Erika there 6, and then on the other room, yeah, put all of the servants there, including Dr. Nanjo.
そうだな。私も今は理性的なふりをしている。しかしいつ妻を失った悲しみを怒りに置き換えないとは限らん。
Even without any physical evidence, the servants are certainly the most suspicious. During the long wait, the two men's awareness and anger and sadness might make them lose their reason and act out in anger. After thinking deeply, Kraus decided to accept Jessica's request, in part to prevent such a thing from happening.
それがいいと思います。私も賛成です。
同感だ。子供を失うのは俺とローザだけで十分だ。
ルドルフ。
In this way, all of the survivors except Kinzo split into 2 groups and holed up into rooms on the guest house, 2nd floor. One group was in the cousin room. Kraus, Rudolph, Jessica, Genji Kanon, and Goda. Okay, so it's actually split in 3. Okay, that's why they said sheep and wolves. Okay. 6 people. One group was in the next room over. Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Kumasawa, Nanjo, and Erika. Yeah, I thought like I was saying earlier, I thought in one room they would put all the Ushirimiya family members, correct? But they actually like split them up, like yeah, at least 3 of them on one side and then the servants on the other side. I mean, 3. 6 people here too. Perhaps as a result of the killer's doing, the external phone line had been cut off, and they would have to wait for the ferry boat coming the next day before they could contact the police. However, the weather report said that the typhoon would make the ocean rough all the next day. When such a thing happens, the ferry boat takes a day off. So it would probably be 2 days before the boat came. In other words, they would need to spend a full 2 nights holed up in there. While Erica and the others held their planning meeting in the lounge, food and blankets had been brought in to prepare for the siege. Sorry. The sudden tragedy had everyone on edge, but it was already well after 2 a.m. in the morning. If they really expected or suspected the servants, then the observers couldn't afford to fall asleep at the same time. Either Kraus or Rudolph should probably take a nap right away.
さすがだな。探偵権限がないにもかかわらず、うまく場を支配しているぜ。
冷静を欠いた男など、感情むき出しの犬と同じです。適切に扱えば、簡単にコントロール可能です。
One of the benefits of the detective's authority was being able to take charge of the situation. Because of this, Erica, who was both a guest and a young girl, had been able to order a large number of adults around at will. However, she didn't have that power this time. So Erica had taken charge by making good use of her natural conversation skills and techniques for controlling men.
探偵権限も魔法と同じだな。できないことはやれないってわけだ。エリカにそれだけの力があったから認められていたというわけか。
魔法とは決して怠惰で無力な人間に与えられるものではないのですね。
そうだ。むしろ人知れぬ努力を隠せるやつこそが魔女と呼べるんだろうぜ。
The absolute nature of the detective's authority can affect even magic. However, that convenient power probably hadn't been given to Erica easily. I probably have to acknowledge it. Even if she isn't given a special power by the witch she serves, she's capable of quite a lot on her own.
しかしエリカ、どうして2部屋に分けた？てっきり1部屋に全員を集めるとばかり思っていたぜ。
探偵権限があればそうしました。これは自由捜査権を確保するための一手です。
ああ、そういうことか。なるほど。やるな。
Since Erica was being protected as a guest, it was hard for her to move about freely. In truth, she wanted to take some time and investigate the victims at the crime scenes at her leisure, without being interrupted by anyone. She had already inspected the scenes once in a huge rush as she ran through the mansion, but that probably hadn't been perfect. However, they wouldn't have let a guest in the crime scenes, so she'd had no other choice back then. She wanted some time to herself and freedom to investigate more. That she could check, or in part so that she could check the closed rooms and the causes of death more closely.
それが2部屋に分かれて籠城するのとどう関係があるのでしょう。
そこは奴が口車でうまいことやるのさ。見てな。
ええ、そのためだけに2部屋に分けたのですから。
Okay, what happens now? The cousin's room was filled with a quiet tension. This room had 6 people: Kraus, Jessica, and Rudolph. And then the most suspicious ones, the male servants, Genji, Cannon, and Goda, who had been forced to hole up in there. I mean, I guess, yeah, this is the much more tension compared to the other one, because on the other one you have what? Kumasawa, Cannon, and Shannon? Who else? Dr. Nanjo. While here, the bigger male servants are here. Oh no, Cannon is here in this side, I mean. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, it's much easier. I mean, not much easier, but yeah, Rudolph and Kraus, they have a gun. If, like, let's say, like the servants attack, for example, they can just shoot them. Jessica leaned against Kraus's shoulders, wrapped up in a blanket. She was drowsy, but apparently couldn't get to sleep. It was no surprise. In this bizarre situation, it would probably take some time before she could accept her mother's death. Kanon thought that this was the sort of time he would stay, or he should stay, by Jessica's side. But that looked like it would be hard to do in front of Rudolph's intimidating glare. Rudolph stayed completely silent, but his inner emotions showed clearly in his eyes. So Genji, Kanon, and Goda didn't have to ask to realize what they were suspected. Sometimes Goda asked for help in an attempt to get on their good side and correct this misunderstanding, but it seemed to be having the opposite effect. The best option available to him, was technically to just shut up, right? Was to stay quiet so that he didn't aggravate Rudolph and sit still at the end of the sofa. Only thing you can do, sir. In the next room over, there were also 6 people: Erika, Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, and Nanjo, and Kumasawa. The format of the room and the constricted atmosphere were the same as the cousin's room. But even so, it was relatively calm there. Honestly, I think Erika is... being in a room with Erika in this episode... I think it's much more dangerous, yes. George sat holding Shannon, who was darkly hanging her head the whole time. Kumasawa and Nanjo sat nervously as they listened to Hideyoshi explain the situation.
敵が何人いるかもわからんのや。しかし、わしらにはこうして銃がある。もちろん撃ったこともあるで。ハワイ射撃センターとちゃうで。わしな、もう時効だから白状するが、進駐軍のピストルをぶっ放して単価を切ったこともあるんやで。当時の闇市は外国人ヤクザが牛耳っとってな。
He probably wanted to make everyone feel secure by convincing them that he could be relied upon. Hideyoshi went into one of his old stories that everyone had heard many times and which had gotten more extravagant each time they heard it. It didn't make any more confident in Hideyoshi's abilities, but it did seem to calm things down a little by bringing in a sense of normality.
どうしてこんな事件が。明日船が来られればいいのですが。
明日は難しいでしょうな。二晩の長丁場になりそうだ。とにかくこういう時はしっかり睡眠をとりましょう。
この状況ですやすや眠れるほど僕の神経は太くないよ。
ジョージ様。
The pain and anger of losing his mother quietly tormented George. Sleepiness probably wouldn't be coming to him for a while. Erika suddenly clapped her hands as though she had just remembered something. Then whispered in Hideyoshi's ear, interrupting the old story which he had grown quite engrossed with.
すみません。ちょっといとこ部屋へ行ってきます。ちょっとどうしても向こうの使用人の方たちに確認したいことがありまして。
なんや、電話ではあかんのか。部屋番号をダイヤルするだけやで。
ほら、お忘れですか？電話。どうも犯人に壊されてるみたいですし。
なんや、ひょっとして彼らの証言に何か矛盾でも気づいたっちゅうんか。
Up until this point, Erika had spent a lot of time giving the expression that she behaved like a detective. So Hideyoshi immediately assumed that this was something vital to do with the crime.
簡単な確認ですが、 ひょっとすると大きなほころびを出すかもしれません。ちょっと行ってきます。誰も部屋から出さないでください。
隣の部屋とはいえ一人は不用心やで。誰かお供を連れてった方がええんとちゃうか。
使用人たちも南條さんも完全には信用できません。秀吉さんはこの部屋の責任者。ジョージさんも秀吉さんをサポートできる優秀な男手です。誰も避けません。大丈夫です。探偵は襲われないって決まってますから。
Erika had already worked hard to look like a sharp, clear-headed person. Hideyoshi relaxed and agreed, thinking that it was just next door and wouldn't be a problem.
小1時間ほどで、いや、あまりうろちょろするのも不用心ですね。朝まで隣にいます。
Well, is she gonna stay on the other room? So it's gonna be 7 people now.
明るくなってから戻ってくる方がいいですよね。
And on this side, it's gonna be 5 people.
その通りや。気をつけてな。
Okay. Wait, wasn't she the one who said that it's much better? Or it's gonna be better because it's gonna be split in half, 6 versus 6, but now she's moving to the next room and it's gonna be, yeah, odd again. It's not gonna be even anymore.
お隣の部屋に行くだけなのに。この部屋、よろしくお願いします。
But seriously though, look at this room. Like, this room is so big, man. It could fit 12 people here. Yeah, sure, you could say that and there's a lot, but it could fit 12 people. This room is very big.
誰も外へ出さないでください。この部屋を出るあらゆる理由がないよう、あらゆるものを運び込んだのですから。
Food, drinks, blankets, medicine, towels, tissue paper, and everything. The women also had their cosmetic pouches. They could last 48 hours without lacking for anything.
わかっとる。この部屋におるんは身を守るためだけやない。ひょっとしたらおるかもしれない犯人を見張る意味もあるのをよくわかっとる。
グッドです。ではどうかよろしくお願いします。
エリカちゃん、どこへ？表には誰も出ない約束だよ。
ああ、エリカちゃんはちょいと特別な用事を思い出してな。隣へ行く。大丈夫、平気や。
Hideyoshi suspected that Shannon might be one of the culprits, since he also knew that Shannon and George had a special relationship. He apparently thought it would be prudent to mislead George about Erika's actions and motives. Hideyoshi slowly opened the door and checked both ways down the corridor with his gun raised.
大丈夫。誰もおらんで。
ここまでで結構です。あなたが部屋を出ると同時にシャノンさんが豹変してジョージさんを人質に取らないとも限りませんよ。今こうして彼らに背中を向けているのさえ少々不用心です。
せやな。じゃあ用心するんやで。後でわしにも話を聞かせてや。
はい、それでは。
Erika closed the door, pushing Hideyoshi's back inside. She then waited for the sound of the lock on the inside and her smiling eyes opened wide. Her expression had become ruthless and intelligent. In this way, Erika was able to gain several hours, during which all of the suspects were sealed up and she alone was free.
よ 自由捜査権を得ました。その前に後宮バトラ。
フルネームで呼ぶな。
Don't use my full name.
ここで登場人物全員の所在確認をさせてください。
Okay, red. Say it in red.
復唱要求です。
無論これにも答える義務はねえぜ。
その場合は私が見てない間に部屋を抜け出し、その人物が今後起こるだろう不思議な事件の実行者だと主張しきるだけです。不可能犯罪を見せたいなら、まずは所在確認に応じるべきです。
いいだろう。一応は聞いてやるぜ。言ってみろ。
いとこ部屋に対し、隣の籠城部屋をこれより隣部屋と呼称します。よろしいですね。
わかりやすいな。了解した。それで
今からする所在確認は生死を問いません。体の所在と考えてください。そしてもちろん現時点でのことです。では参ります。第1の番の犠牲者6人の所在は発見場所の通りである。夏日は自室、エヴァは貴賓室、キリエはクラウスの書斎、ローザとマリアは客間で、あんたは客室。まさかこの時点でもうこの程度のことも復唱拒否ですか？
いいぜ。それを認める。
Okay, he acknowledged it. First off, it was acknowledged that the victim's location were the same as the rooms that had been shown by the witch's side's illusion.
ぐっと続けます。隣部屋に所在するのは秀吉、ジョージ、シャノン、熊沢、南條である。
認める。
Acknowledged again. With that, the humans in the room Erica had just left had been specified. Carefully checking even obvious things like that was the most basic part of playing on the human side.
ぐっと続けます。いとこ部屋に所在するのはそれ以外の全員である。
The word everyone drew a slight reaction from Butler. How did she say it? Good, I'll continue. Everyone else is in the cousin room. What? The intuition he'd built up from all his previous games told him not to answer this one instantly.
拒否する。それを認めるって言うと、金蔵の遺体もいとこ部屋の中にあるって論法になっちまうからな。
Okay, I guess.
失礼。金蔵はすでに存在しないことが確定していますから。
なぜいとこ部屋だけ全員という言い方をする？クラウス以下6人の名前を個別に挙げて所在確認をすればいいのに。
Yeah, why not just say, yeah, all of their names, like Rudolph, Kraus, Jessica, all of them.
なぜそんなアバウトな言い方で
？6人の名前をいちいち読み上げるのが面倒くさいからです。
Nah, she's doing it. She's trying to trick Butler here.
それとも何か？全員という言葉だと何か問題のあるトリックでもあるんですか
If Butler had been told to repeat Kraus or Rudolph, Jessica, Genji, Goda, and Kanon are in the cousin's room, he would probably have acknowledged it with the red without thinking too much about it. Of course, normally Erica would have mentioned the names of everyone inside and had him repeat it precisely. Butler had paused, feeling some kind of unease because of that unexpected demand in the word everyone.
私と金蔵を除き17人いる島で6人が殺されて屋敷に横たわり、隣部屋に5人がいる。となれば残る6人はいとこ部屋にいる。これが正常な考えでしょ？ しかし17人いる島だから6を引いて5を引いてさらに6を引けばちょうど0になって所在不明の人間は0になるという思い込みは大変危険です。バトラさんもこの辺の名前と人数のトリックで第3のゲームの難情殺しで散々苦しめられたはずです。
I'm pretty sure that this sort of trick involving names and numbers of people caused you a lot of trouble with Nanja's murder in the third game.
そうだな。あの時のトリックは18人分の名前と実際に存在する18人が食い違うことで未知の人物が混入する余地を許していた。
そういうことです。ですから名前だけでの所在確認は安心できないわけです。そこで私は全員という言葉を採用することにしました。この言葉はまだ私が想像もしていないバトラさんの新しいトリックを未然に防ぐことさえできるのです。
うまいやり方だぜ。
If a butler was planning a new trick where the names and number of people would be used to create false alibis, like the murder of Nanjo in the third game, even naming of all 17 people and checking their positions left a trace of uncertainty behind. And if he cleverly managed to slip somebody past the names and the numbers of people,
例えばですが、この島に未知の暗殺者 X が紛れ込んでいるとします。仮にその X の名をプルプルピコマルと名付けましょう。
I mean, there's probably the unknown assassin X, yes, most likely, the real culprit.
なるほどな。
But we'll see though, we'll see.
全員の名を挙げて所在確認をしても、プルプルピコマルとやらはその網にかからないってわけだ。
そういうことです。この島には17人しかいない。そして17人の所在はここであるとされても、それだけでは不十分なわけです。前科もあるわけですからね。
しかし全員というのはあまりに範囲の広すぎる言い方です。他の言い方でうまく言い直せないでしょうか。
いや、ここで全員という言葉から逃げると、エリカはそれを根拠に全ての犯人をプルプルピコマルトやらの仕業で逃れきっちまう可能性がある。かつての俺もお前との戦いで未知の18人目 X だけを根拠に複数の謎にくさびを打ったことがある。
全員という言葉の重み、よーく考えてお返事くださいね。
Erica wore a full but evil smile, confident that she had made a powerful move. Players on the witch's side must eradicate all possibilities that would be possible for humans. If I don't crush any chances for this ridiculously named Puru Puru Pico Man right now, he'll be used to explain everything the witches does, I guess. That was a move I liked to use in my old games with Beato. Back at the beginning of my fight, my counterattacks were all based on the unknown 19th person X. Because of that, Beato had restricted the number of people on the island, making it necessary to eliminate any unknown person hiding somewhere. In that case, this time is the same. So just like Beato did, I need to get rid of any leeway in which that X can exist. The number of people on the island has already been announced, but since she's suspecting tricks involving names and numbers of people, saying the same thing again won't satisfy her. In that case, I have no choice but to respond to her demand and use the word everyone. The word has a disturbing ring to it, and though I haven't figured it out yet, it feels like there's some kind of demonic killer move hidden within it. Damn, after insulting Beato so much and saying that the witch's side had a huge advantage, I'm getting this pressure just having to deal with a single line to repeat.
ディストラクションですね。
Let me see the lines again, by the way. Okay. Okay.
チェス用語のか。
はい。敵の駒に圧力をかけ、移動を強いて、敵陣形を自らに崩させる手法のことです。
全員というあまりに広域で強力な駒に私は移動を強いているわけです。バトラさんにとってはこれによって生存者全員のアリバイが完全に保証され、以後の不可能犯罪を私に言い逃れさせないことが可能となるでしょう。何を恐れます？あなたにとって強力な一手じゃありませんか。
しかしそれはお前が敷いた上での手だ。お前はそれによって俺の何かの陣形を崩そうとしている。
どんな妙手も相手に望まれたならそれは握手に同じです。しかしここで全員という言葉を避けることも難しい。
The Red Crew can cut the weak reasoning of the human side apart over and over. In the past, I feared its ruthlessness. However, I learned quickly that it could be used as a basis for a counterattack.
赤き真実は殿下の宝刀か。ベアとの気持ち、今は痛いくらいにわかる。
It can kill with ease, but it's not something to be used unnecessarily. Using it carelessly will end up cornering the witch side instead.
どうします？放流でも結構ですよ。
いや、わかった。認める。それ以外の全員がいとこ部屋にいることを認める。
ぐっとありがとうございます、バトラさん。実に美しくバッサリです。はあ、困りました。
I like how Erica is just mocking Butler here, like saying, "Oh, I'm in trouble."
この状況で魔女からの手紙が現れたりなんかしたら、一体誰を疑えばいいのやら。
She said she was in trouble, but her face didn't look trouble at all. On the contrary, she looked as though she had just succeeded in placing a huge opening move. In a witch's game, even a single mistake can be fatal. In both chess and shogi, you can't get a piece back once you moved it. The last exchange had left a bad aftertaste, as though flesh had been torn and bones broken.
所在確認はこれで十分のはずだ。ゲームを進めてもらおうか。
そうします。ドラノール！
Oh no.
はい、エリカ卿。それでは早速始めましょう。慈悲深いゲームマスター様がくださった権利を。
はい、心得ております。ガートルード、コーネリア。3部屋許された権利のうちの2部屋分を行使します。
金形、慎んで。
了解するものなりや。
いとこ部屋と隣部屋を封印。
Okay, she's gonna use her tape.
これで犠牲者以外の全員を封じました。これ以降何が起こっても封印の中の人間たちは問題となりません。
扉、窓の封印により、いとこ部屋、 隣部屋の両部屋の密封は保証されました。
Okay, the complete sealing of both the cousin room and the next room over has been guaranteed now. For just an instant, a red long sword had returned to Dianor's hand. She had given permission to draw it, thanks to the red fruit that she'd finally gained. When the flight concerned these two sealed rooms from now on, Dianor would be able to use Merciless Blade, the red key. This overwhelming power could slice even the game master in half. For a while, Erika and Dianor just grinned at each other. Entranced by the ruthless red light that was burned into their eyes,
上席補佐官、謹んでお尋ね奉る。
何か。
人間側プレイヤーは魔女の出題を人間の仕業で読み解くのが戦い方と知るものなりや。
あなたに相違なし。
なればなぜにエリカ卿と上司ドラノールは反抗の余地ある人間を自ら減らすように戦うなりや。
Cornelius' question was a very simple one. These two had made this move boldly, making it sound like it was a far powerful one, almost as though it would greatly damage the witch. However, if you thought about it, Erika was just strangling her own neck.
これよりどのような事件が起こるかもまだわからぬと知りたまう。むしろ所在を確定させない人間が多い方が人間に有利ではないかと推測するものなりや。
今はまだ。今日も上司主席もそれを明かす段階にないと知り立てまつる。
Yeah, what are you planning?
死後陳謝するものなり。
Cornelia looked like she wasn't satisfied. In the previous game, when trying to help Kinzo escape from his study, Butler had desperately tried to break free from that closed room using various methods. As a result, Kinzo had escaped into the darkness of the night, and it had later been possible to treat him like an elusive phantom. In other words, closed rooms were advantageous to witches and disadvantageous to humans. Witches proposed closed rooms and humans destroyed and denied them. That should have been the standard tactic of this game. And yet Erika created a closed room herself, sealing a full 11 humans in them. In other words, this was the same as abandoning the right to use those 11 people. People when explaining all of the later tricks. In the past, Butler had confirmed the location of certain people, but that had been to check whether certain pieces existed with which he could break closed rooms, a completely different situation. Why had Erika taken these 11 people who were also her pieces and sealed them in a closed room? Cornelia hadn't experienced enough fights to understand this move, which looked as though they were trapping themselves. Okay, so let us take a break here. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what Erika is gonna do, man. This episode is kinda like in the detective, the investigation sense. It is kinda hard, at least for now. I don't really know. Well, we could say it a little bit, but we'll find out. But yeah, Erika is not a detective. Let's repeat that again. Erika is not a detective this game or this episode. They did say this. Was it the last episode? But they did say she was not a detective. So she can be a culprit in this episode. What is she planning? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Yeah, like, it's kind of hard. Like last episode, you could say that the other people were pretty much, like, let's say most of them were accomplices, like pretending to be dead, all that stuff. But in this episode, I don't know. We don't know. At least for now. So confusing, man. So confusing. But anyways, we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko and They Cry episode 6 in the next one. That's all to see then. Bye bye.